Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network.
Good morning, Thursday, June 11th, 2026. Feeling great this morning. Sun is shining. Got my cup of coffee ready to go. Had a good one. Last night was pretty crazy, right? NBA Finals. Shoot, man. I've never in my life, and same with everybody else, have ever seen a team come down from such a deficit in the NBA Finals. And we witnessed history last night with the New York Knicks pulling it off. Brunson was clutch as ever in the fourth. You had hitting threes. Dude, it was nuts. We'll talk more about it later. Later on I do a segment called "Everything You Missed While You Were Sleeping," right? So I'll touch on some things, some stadium drama, other things happening around Cleveland. I talked yesterday about these cameras, so we'll get more into the safety concerns, and then later on in segment 2. I'll hit you with some Thursday media throwback. I'll be talking some classic games. It'll be fun. We got a good one for you. Also, want to touch on a couple things. Mexico versus South Africa. World Cup 2026, it's starting. Today's the day. If you haven't seen yet, we're going to be posting updates. You'll be seeing 1-minute updates every day. Just kind of recapping what's going on, the points and the table, and just where everybody is, and the results of the previous day. So you'll be up to date as much as humanly possible, and that'll be me coverage. So get used to hearing my voice every day for like a minute. More than you have to already. So I love when I run errands and I just randomly pick up things that I wasn't planning on picking up, right? So went to the grocery store yesterday, only went to get like one thing, ended up leaving with like 5. That happens. Went thrifting a little bit too, found a couple things that basically my life. I got a new webcam, if you couldn't tell. $50 webcam for like $10. Like, you can't beat that. Yeah, it looks great. 10 times better than the one I was using. I'll tell you that much. But I found a random record just digging through Target. Like sometimes Target will have, if you go in the electronics section, they'll have, just, clearance section, or as my mom likes to call it, Clarence. Uh, we gotta go visit Clarence every once in a while. Usually whenever you enter the store, you gotta hit up Clarence. You gotta say hi to Clarence. So I went and saw Clarence and found an album randomly. Yeah, Hurry Up Tomorrow by The Weeknd. I got it for $8. Deal. People are reselling this album for like 40. Go snatch it if it's at your local Target. Wasn't expecting that, All right, getting back into it. That finals game, man. Like I said, the biggest finals comeback in NBA history. The whole game was the first half was dictated by the Spurs, 100%. Double A ended up taking a nap, just to peek behind the curtain there, and he didn't really miss much, honestly. The Spurs were just dead in the second half. I don't know what happened. I don't know, like, they just got too comfortable or what, or, New York just woke up because, they don't want to lose another game at home. Not in front of the fans. Taylor's in the front row. You can't not win, I let me tell you, absolutely electric. Eli, you catch that game a little bit last night? I know you were rocking with the show.
Did I catch the game? Yeah, Omar. We did a 3-hour mega phenomenon stream, and we were live till 1 a.m. Chad, Brian, myself, Double A, and Kyle. We were rocking and rolling, and yeah, man, I am just shocked like the rest of the world that the New York Knicks came back from 29 down, and the Spurs just kind of folded in the moment. Victor Wembanyama, we've had questions and thoughts about him for, the last few weeks. I would say the last week right now. The blunder at the end of game 2 where the pass to Stephon Castle where he was never looking, you have that, and then you go from that to game 4 last night. And I was just looking at some stats, Omar. I'm going to pull this up here in a second. But Victor Wembanyama, first off, the free throws at the end of the game, like there was in the final minute or so, he bricks 2 free throws. And give me 1 second. I'm going to bring my mic a little closer. This is what happened.
Dude, they were terrible misses, man. Terrible misses.
Terrible misses. And it just like Kevin O'Connor brought this up. And Kevin O'Connor from Yahoo Sports, hosts the Kevin O'Connor show. And we reference him from time to time here on the program, on the network. And he brought up, I think he put it perfectly, a total choke job by Victor Wembanyama last night. He mentions about the fear in his eyes. Everybody's giving De'Aaron Fox a lot of crap, and I'll get to him in a moment here, Omar. But Victor Wembanyama, I'm going to go over this in the fourth quarter. Here's from Underdog. This is courtesy of Underdog. Here we go. 10:41 left in the fourth quarter. This is all in the fourth quarter. 10:41 in the fourth quarter. Missed alley-oop layup. 10:40. Missed tip shot. 10:37. Made free throw. 10:37. Missed free throw. 9:38. Missed floater. 9:36. Missed tip shot. 9:33. Made 2-point shot. 8:51. Missed alley-oop layup. 8:21. Missed jump shot. 3:31. Made jump shot. Here it is. 1 minute and 47 seconds left in the game. A pair of missed free throws. You cannot have that from your star player. You cannot have that from a guy who they are considering the face of the league. They're saying, hey, guess what? This is going to be the face. And I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it this morning. Here I am saying I've been declaring Victor Wembanyama as the face of the league and the MVP and all that. And now he did have a great regular season. I think he should have still got the MVP in the regular season. But clearly it appears the 22-year-old is not ready for the NBA Finals. And that breaks my heart because I really rock with Victor Wembanyama. But he has a deer in headlights look. Just a deer in headlights look. And I don't understand where it's coming from. A lot of people are going to give De'Aaron Fox a lot of crap.
I mean, this is a young squad, man. They're just a bunch of kids out there. They're only going to get better. You can't really be too tough on. I mean, come on, man. It's their first NBA Finals. It's their first go around. he's never been in this situation before. He doesn't know the heat. And, again, New York just didn't want to lose, right?
Sure.
Every game they've been in this playoffs, they've been so freaking scrappy, Just they have a knack for getting turnovers, like no matter what. Like they'll just find them out of thin air, it seems like.
Yeah.
And whenever they're down, you can never ever count them out. Like there were so many times during I want to bring it back to Cleveland, but like when we played them, like I thought we were safe. I thought we were comfortable. I thought everything was going to be cool, and then all of a sudden here they come, and they get turnovers, and our defense is just like. And I'm seeing the same thing with the Spurs.
Yeah, but we can't use inexperience. I mean, we can for a degree, but Omar, this is a team that defeated the defending champions on their home floor in Game 7, and we're celebrating like they won the NBA Finals. And I gave them a pass because I said, look, they're just emotional, but maybe they are emotionally spent. Maybe that's what Double A brought it up on Midnight Run. Maybe this team is just emotionally spent.
It could also be it's just the moment's just way too big for them right now.
Sure, but you can't have that. Like, you can't just say, well, they're young. And I understand your point. I'm not saying necessarily you, but like, you can't say that they're young and they just don't know any better. I'll give you quite a few examples of guys that were young and didn't know any better and didn't get back to where they were trying to get to. James Harden's still trying to get back to the NBA Finals since 2012 when he was a young up-and-comer, sixth man of the year with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, I get Kevin Durant was back there, but another guy on that team, Russell Westbrook, never, if I'm not mistaken, never got back to the NBA Finals and hasn't to this day since 2012. That's a problem. That's where the Spurs have to look and go, man, we have to take care of this because we don't know if we'll get another chance. Oklahoma City's going to be back and they're going to look to make a move. We talked on the post game yesterday. Do they look at some of these stars? Do they go look at Giannis? Do they talk to the Cavaliers about Evan Mobley? There's a lot of discussion about Oklahoma City. Denver is going to be in the mix again next year with Nikola Jokic. They have teams. The Lakers, I don't think are just going to go away, even if they don't have LeBron next year. I don't think they're just going to go away. I think Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves are more than capable of putting together a playoff team. So my point is, this isn't just cut and dry that, hey, the Spurs are going to be your Western Conference champions again next year. There is a very strong possibility they're going to be jockeying in another 7-game series against Oklahoma City or Denver or whoever to get back to this point. So the fact that if they are treating it like, oh, we just didn't know any better. Well, I can point a long list of guys that didn't know any better, and now they don't know what a championship feels like.
I wouldn't say not knowing any better. I think it's more maturity and, like you said, as soon as they ended that last series, they were celebrating like they won the ship.
Yeah.
So they just might be met.
Yeah, maybe. But, the only thing I will say, too, is the Spurs have we talked about it last night, such a strong alumni section, as AA likes to call it, between Greg Popovich, president of basketball operations. You have Tim Duncan, David Robinson, all these guys in the facility and at the arena constantly. So I do believe they're first off having a talk with them today about, hey, here's how we get down. The Spurs of old don't really know how to come back from 3-1. They never did that. Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker didn't really have to worry about that too much. But they can at least give them some advice on how to bounce back from tough losses, losses that literally snatch the soul out of your body. And they didn't bounce back in that series against Miami, the Spurs of old, when Ray Allen hit that toe tap into the corner and smacked the three. But they at least can give them an idea of how you bounce back and get mentally ready for the next game. I mean,
it's demoralizing, man. You lose that bad.
Yeah,
you game one and they blew it. That kind of in the same way, and it's demoralizing.
Yeah, it's demoralizing. Yeah, they just can't. They can't have their stars play like that. And De'Aaron Fox isn't safe from any criticism either. I wanted to bring up Victor Wembanyama because every national media outlet is bashing De'Aaron Fox. I wanted to take some time to say, hey, Victor Wembanyama is the star of that team, and he completely disappeared as the fourth quarter went on. It just was embarrassing. You look at De'Aaron Fox, I don't know what he was thinking. You got under a minute to go. The ball gets sent out. Boom. All you have to do is do a half circle back to the key,
Mm.
get it out to the top of the arc, get it out of there, and get fouled. You're up by 1. The Knicks have to foul you. They have to at that point if they want any chance of getting the ball back. Why are we taking a layup that gets blocked and ultimately puts the New York Knicks in position to get it across half court? Alvarado brings it across half court. They call a timeout. And guess what? Jalen Brunson does what Jalen Brunson does best. He absolutely made a Madison Square Garden moment yesterday, last night, for the New York Knicks. I know New York City was rocking again last night. I mean, from the good, the bad, and the ugly from the fans of New York. And that's every city. I'm not going to say it's just New York, but man, it's been rough watching some of those videos. Nonetheless, we are 1 48-minute effort. And it doesn't even have to be 48 minutes, I guess, because the Knicks didn't have 48 minutes of effort like that. But they just need one quality game, and they're the NBA champions for the first time since 1973. Crazy to think, but like Kyle said last night, they are the team of destiny. They are a team that
they're playing. They're so hot right now.
Yeah,
and, you got to give props to where props is due. Ball don't lie.
Yeah, we talked about when they get punched in the face, are they gonna be able to respond? And Chad Bryan and I were talking during the early part of that post game, before it became post game, while it was still a game, and the Spurs were up big at halftime. We talked about how the Spurs punched them in the mouth in Game 3, punched them in the mouth, and now they're throwing a haymaker. And how are the Knicks going to respond? And the Knicks said, "That's okay, we'll take some more, sir." And they just kept responding, and they ended up showing the Spurs that, look, we know, you may not know, but we know that this could be our only chance. Jalen Brunson isn't taking this like we'll be back again. Cat's not taking this like we'll be back again. I don't know where Mikal Bridges is. He's been non-existent in the last couple of days, last couple of games. But these guys are treating it like we won't get back. And that's the difference. I understand the experience and all that, Omar. Those are very valid points. However, when you get in this position and you're that passionate about basketball like Victor Wembanyama is, last night was unacceptable.
No, I completely agree. Honestly, you have to question your mental fortitude, right? He's been training with Kobe's people, right? He's been in the temples with the monks, sitting down, getting into that whole spiritual thing, and I don't think it's working. You could channel Kobe all you want. You gotta create your own path here, big brother. And you can't be missing all these shots in the fourth quarter. You're the leader of the team. You can't be doing it. And especially if you want to be touted as the next GOAT, right?
I mean, we should chill on that conversation. Like, truthfully, we should chill on any conversation about phase of the league or anything. I got to pull up the clip and see if I can find it. But NBA outlets, NBA legends have talked about everybody's ready to crown him, and we were too. I'm guilty of it, but everybody's ready to crown him. He's got to take it. And right now, he's not playing like the guy.
When the opportunity presents itself, you have to take these opportunities and you have to run with it. You can't squander them because you never, like you said, you never know when you're going to get back there, right?
Yeah. So it's mind-boggling. Yeah, we wonder how the Spurs respond. One team in NBA Finals history has come back from a 3-1 deficit. I think we know who that is. That'd be the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers. So we'll see if the Spurs can, 10 years later, join the Cavaliers. I'm going to be honest. I'm hoping, because I got a lot of peeps in San Antonio I rock with, and I'm hoping they can join us so we can have something to talk about in November. We're talking about the Spurs hoisting the Larry O'Brien trophy, but unfortunately, that does not appear to be the case. I just don't. The good news for the Spurs is that they have 2 games at home. Now, granted, they haven't won either one at home in the finals, but the only thing I can say that is going for the Spurs this morning that should give San Antonio some sort of positivity is you just have to take care of business at home and find one in New York. And you had one in New York. You had 2 in this series in New York at some point, and you blew it. But you are literally in a position where you just have to win 1 in Madison Square Garden and take care of home court. That's it. I know it sounds easy, okay, but if you break it down that way, just protect home court and go finish the job like you've haven't been able to, but we're in position to twice in Madison Square Garden.
Frustrating, man. Frustrating.
Yeah.
Because we both rooted for the Spurs team. We thought they were gonna go all the way. We thought Wemby was gonna blow off. We thought everything. Nope. Brunson just
Yeah.
this is my series.
Just crazy. It's just Victor Wembanyama. I mean, I hope he can figure it out. We'll see. This is how stars either respond in two ways during these types of moments. They either shrink or they step up. And Victor Wembanyama either has the opportunity to whimper into the offseason with a 5-game butt whooping by the New York Knicks, or they can have something special happen here. And I'm not saying they come back and win this series, but okay, go get game 5 at home. Focus on that first. Go meet with Tim Duncan and Tony Parker, the real Tony Parker. Go meet with Greg Popovich and all these guys and have a conversation. See how you can get game 5 under your belt. See if you can just get it to 3-2. Then game 6. I'm giving them the Cavaliers formula from 2016. Game 6 is going to be the most, if you get to a game 6, it's going to be the most raucous New York City crowd we have seen in ages. And I'm talking over you.
No, literally everybody will show up. You will probably get another Trump appearance for that one too.
It's going to be nuts. And the Spurs are going to have to go into essentially Thunderdome and find a road victory. But if they get back there, they get back to the friendly confines of San Antonio at, I believe, Frost Bank Center, and they're going to be able to maybe find a way to win it all. Yeah, I mean, it's a long stretch, but there is a possibility. I'm not going to count them out. I know everybody under the sun's counting them out, and you got to question their mental fortitude. You got to question, can Victor Wembanyama lead this team at this moment at 22 years old? We'll see. But here's the thing, and I'll leave it at this. Here's the thing. Everybody's saying, well, he'll be back. Victor's going to learn from this experience. Oklahoma City Thunder have a team that is literally on the same path. They are all around the same age. They'll be back. Denver will be ready again. Lakers, they'll be ready again. I know Houston kind of fumbles in the playoffs. I'm sure they're looking to make some adjustments, see how they can get better in the offseason.
I mean, we're trying to do that as well with the Cavs.
Sure, but I'm just talking Western Conference right now because that's who the Spurs play against.
Well, yeah.
And I'm saying that the Spurs may not get back to the NBA Finals. It's just we'll see. It's not guaranteed.
I got you, brother. All right. So, yeah. Knicks pull it out. Largest comeback victory in NBA Finals history. I'm still stunned, honestly. I just mind blown. I didn't expect to see history last night, but here we are. So World Cup. It starts today. I'm so excited. You got Mexico versus South Africa at 3, and then you have Korea Republic versus Czechia at 10. I'm so excited for this. I am. World Cup is so fun to watch. You just get pulled in by the excitement of it all. At least I do. When we come back from break, I'm going to be breaking down some notes that I have for you. I'm just getting you kicked off and getting your mind ready for this cup. There are a couple rule changes, so I'll get into that, and also everything you missed from last night. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Monster Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, Owned and operated by InsideEdge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whew, what a good show for Unfiltered today, guys, on your Wednesday, man. We got into so many different topics. We did a World Cup prediction. Yeah, that's right. I got Spain winning. Hey, sue me. Why not? But we talked about pay to participate in Illyria schools, not pay to play, pay to participate. And it's not just athletics. It's band, it's choir, it's all the different extracurricular activities. We're going to sit down and talk with Jake Underwood tomorrow on the program about how he feels about that and in general about what's going on in the news today and tomorrow and every day here on Unfiltered, 5 p.m. right here on the Inside Edge Network. I will see you guys Thursday at 5.
We're back on this Thursday. Nice, sunny, beautiful. We just had a storm last night roll in. Man, am I excited to see the sun after all that rolled in. There was hail coming down. It was nuts. Absolutely an insane storm last night. Yeah, so like I mentioned before the break, World Cup today starts. Bunch of notes, a bunch of things I want to get into. Before I get started, I want you to, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Edge Net on all the socials. InsideEdgeNetwork.com is where you can find more information about what we do on the network, all the personalities, all the shows that we have. We just announced a new member to the network last night, Autumn Chisholm. So excited to have Autumn on the network. It'll be great to have something in that middle hour, and between Inside Edge Prime Time and Midnight Run, I am excited to have Autumn in, and time. So Mexico, South Africa, 3 p.m. today. World Cup getting kicked off for you. Then you have Korea Republic versus Czechia at 10 p.m. tonight. So couple notes, couple fascinating things that I wanted to touch on for this World Cup. It is the biggest World Cup ever. We have 48 national teams, and it's gonna be in 3 countries. Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. A couple days ago, I talked about the logistical problems and everything with Rob, and it got messy. But like I said, 48 national teams, right? We have a new round of 32. So a lot of the teams that were just looking to get in the round of 16 and 5 or 6. It's all messy. It's all screwy, A lot of people like it, because you're seeing teams that don't normally get in, right? And then, a lot of people are just it's just more games. It's too much for these players, and I kind of disagree. I'm quite excited to see teams that I've never seen before, right? So yeah, like I said, new round of 32 here. There's going to be 4 matches every day in the group stage. Insane. that's going to be a lot of soccer, guys. That's going to be a lot of work for me on those days. Let me tell you. But yeah, there's going to be 104 games total. I talked to Eli last night. I'm like, I need to put this all in my calendar, right? I perused the internet, and on Reddit I found a cool link. If I'll link it. I'll post it on my show Facebook later on today. You can find me at Inside Edge Morning Show with Omar Claussell Jr. on Facebook, and yeah, I'll post that there. So if you're wondering, like, when are these games like happening, right? Where can I see it in a really convenient spot? There's like a file that you could just download, and it'll just auto populate it right in your calendar. It's really cool. I did it last night. It took like literally 3 seconds. So yeah, pretty cool, man. Pretty cool stuff. I'm pumped. I'm so excited for this, right? You know who's not excited? Nigeria. They missed out, as well as Poland, and you have to feel for Lewandowski. That guy was trying to get another cup appearance, and he's probably not ever gonna get another one. He's just too old. That's just how it goes. Ebbs and flows with national teams sometimes. Oh, right. And then you talk about a big soccer country, right? They have some of the top clubs in the world. Italy, they're now on 3 straight Miss World Cups, and you have to think about the generations of players missing out on World Cup appearances and caps. And you have to also think about like generations of fans that aren't able to see, some of their favorite players play on the biggest national stage there is. There's a lot of pride in having your team advance and, make appearances and get through group stages. It's really important. Like I'm not going to understate it. It's freaking important. It might not be to you, the casual American fan, just watching on Inside Edge, but like I'm gonna stress this. This is one of the most important World Cups there is for us as Americans because it's on our home soil, and the lack of whatever is really high right now. But I am as pumped as ever. Let me tell you. So I can understand though, because prices for this damn thing are out of this world with inflation as high as ever. Gas as high as ever. Everything's skyrocket, and they end up just gouging fans who just want to watch soccer. This is supposed to be for the world, for the people, and you're making it as unaffordable as possible. Like, I don't understand. And that tells you all you need to know about the people who run it at the top. Straight up. All right, so let me talk about some GOATs real quick. Ronaldo and Messi. When it comes to soccer, right? Those are the 2 names that you think of right now. Well, maybe right now, but for the longest time, right? They're the GOATs. I mean, Argentina with Messi, he just won the last World Cup. So this is their chance to make six straight World Cup appearances in a row. You have to think World Cups are every 4 years, man. That's a lot of years in there. Insane. All right, so let me get to some rule changes real fast. VAR, right? that nice, cool, real time tracker that they have, can also review second yellow cards, so red cards as well. I think that could be a positive. It could also slow the game down a little bit, but like if they're getting calls right that need to be overturned, all good on them. All good on them. I'm all for getting the result on the field as correct as possible. All right. There's also a new 5-second rule, which I think is going to make this kind of crazy. I've never seen a rule like this. Basically, if you're holding onto the ball, if the team's keeper, the goalkeeper, right? If they hold on the ball more than 5 seconds, the opposition gets to kick a corner kick, which is what? So look out for some crazy things happening there. Like if you just catch somebody just lacking completely, or just trying to play keep away, I mean, that's not going to happen, and at least not in the goalkeeper's hands. So also with regarding time in general, substitutions are now shorter. So they're now just down to 10 seconds to get in, or just 1 minute if you're in the box to like get in and get ready to get on the field. So there's not going to be any dilly-dallying. There's not going to be like, I mean, I'm sure players are going to get standing ovations and things like that, but they're going to have to get off that field as quickly as possible. All right, and let's see, opponents covering their mouths. So there's not going to be any covering your mouth and swear to an opponent like this and just under your breath. If a referee catches you doing that, you're out. You're being sent off. You're off the pitch. You're gone. That's it. You're packing. That. All right, cool. I'm all for competitiveness, but respecting your opponent as well. Pretty cool rule changes. So want to talk real quick about the technology upgrades. This soccer ball is pretty neat. It's an AI soccer ball, basically. Like it's like a smart soccer. It's got real-time sensors to track and movement, and it's also there to just make sure decisions are more accurate for officiating, right? Pretty neat. I like it. And I don't know if it's an American thing or the influence, or because we're over here. Like usually the build up to these things, they do the concerts before or after or anything like that. We're getting, for the first time ever, FIFA's doing halftime shows now. So all right, we're gonna get a halftime show for the final. Okay. Real quick. So coming into this team, right? We have there are favorites. The Spain is always a big one. England, you're going to be looking for them, and also you want to check out some of these teams that did so fine, some like dark horses, right? Like Ecuador, in the last 5 games, or have had, or no, hang on, let me slow down. The best defensive teams, right, in qualifying. So you have Ecuador, right? In 5 out of 18 games, you've had just like perfect games. Like they can't score on them. Iron wall. Same thing with Japan, like 3-16. Only 3 goals conceded in 16 games. That's insane. And then England, I mean, heavy favorites, right? They're expected to at least get into the semis or the quarter, at least, right? the expectations on England are always high because they have some of the best players in the world, and they just always seem to just limp there. So England coming into this World Cup and qualifying are a perfect 8-0. You want to talk about clean sheets? Those are some clean sheets, like fresh out of the package, clean. All right. Real quick, go to break. Eli, I want to get you in here real quick.
Yeah, what's happening?
So, after hearing all of that, what do you think, man? Kind of cool, right? I mean,
Yep.
I hockey well.
Mhm.
You covered the Calder Cup for the longest time. Soccer's not that different. It's really
Right.
not. You have offsides. You have let's see. You have you have goalkeepers. You have it's very familiar
Yeah.
territory. Having a time limit for the goalkeepers, a 5-second clock, and then if you don't get that ball out in 5 seconds, your opposing team gets a corner kick. Do you know how crazy that could flip a game?
1,000%. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think it sounds like the World Cup is just trying to, the officials and everybody at part of these changes and rules are trying to make it more fun. It almost reminds me from the outside looking in, if somebody's not super well versed in soccer, but it reminds me of like when the MLB went to the pitch clock and they were like, hey, we're going to make baseball more exciting for fans that are watching at home. And the AA has talked about how it makes it more fun. And a lot of people have talked about how it makes it more fun at games. The pitch clock has sped up the game and made it where you can watch a baseball game in 2 hours, sometimes two hours and 15 minutes. You don't have to wait 4 hours for a 9-inning game. As much as I love baseball, I can only sit in the sun so long before I start cooking. So, we have that. That's what this reminds me of. It seems like that the World Cup officials are trying to just spruce it up so that your average or super casual soccer fans like AA and myself can get excited about the World Cup, make it a little bit more exciting. And that's what it seems like, because these aren't typical soccer rules. It seems like these are enhanced rules in a way to make the game a little bit more fun, a little bit fast paced, and keep fans engaged throughout the run of the World Cup. That's what I've got away from what you were talking about.
Right on. So something that you might not know is the scoring system, right? So
They have
I'm
to
not
score goals. They have to score
right,
goals to beat the other team. I know that.
right, but you get points for winning a game,
Mm.
and if you draw level, if you tie a game, you only get 1 point,
Right. Okay.
and if you lose, you don't get any points.
Well, that's not right. No, I'm kidding. I got you. Yeah. I'm kidding.
So just keeping track of like how many points teams are having is very important. Just in because like you're gonna get some upsets, right? Some of these group stages, you're gonna find a couple where a big team goes down, and they did well, they played well, they just drew level, or maybe they dropped a game. I mean, just tying a game can really mess up your chances of moving on to the next group.
Yeah, I'm curious, because there's so many different rule changes and the points and all that. Soccer more than most on the network, I would say, and maybe honestly everybody. I think there's probably a few that I would say Kevin Arnold from Voice of the Land.
Oh,
You guys
Kevin,
are
sure.
are soccer guys for sure. Who are you looking at as a favorite? You have Messi, you have Ronaldo, you have your legends in there, as you mentioned. You have some of these other guys, Mbappe. He's rocking out in France. You have a bunch of guys that seem like they have a chance. Christian Pulisic here in the United States. Who's your favorite? Like, who do you think is going to win the World Cup? I know that's putting you on the spot, but if you just have to take a chance and go, hey, if I was putting 50 cents on a bet here, this is who I'd put it on.
All right, so you have Messi and you have Ronaldo, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the best team, at least for Ronaldo, that they've ever put around him.
Like on offense or just overall?
Just overall,
Okay.
the best Portugal team that they've ever surrounded him with. For Messi, like I said, he could be the one of the first teams in recent history to go back to back in a World Cup. It's only been done like twice, right?
Hmm.
Which is it's crazy to think about. There's crazy parity when it comes to World Cup, because it's every 4 years. You know, these teams, are constantly changing.
Right.
There's other cups in between these years. Players age out, and we always get new ones in. So that's just the way the world works.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, if I had to pick a team, it would probably be. I mean, I'm a big Ronaldo fan. I'd like to see Portugal in the final. I think it'd be great for him. I'm a big Manchester United fan, so I love seeing Ronnie whenever he's out there, and it's always exciting stuff. I know he's like 40, 41, 42 years old, but like I don't care. He's still going to give you something. There's a reason why he's on the team. Uh, same with Messi. There's a reason why these guys are sticking around. They're the greatest of all time. They can only just boost their teams in general. So like I'm taking the old heads. It's either going to be Portugal or Argentina.
All right. Well,
But
yeah.
if we want to look at win probability, uh, France, Argentina, Brazil, England, Spain, Germany, Portugal, Netherlands, U.S. men's national team, and then Belgium filling out that top 10. And I really want the men's national team to at least get to 32, right? I
Mhm.
want them to get out of the group stage. That's all the expectation I want to put on them. But other people say, they could make it to the quarters or the semis. And honestly, I wouldn't put it past them. They need to play clean though, and they need to get out of this group stage.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I'm curious to see how they respond. I will watch some of the games and see what's going on, and yeah, we'll get into it. I think it'll be fun regardless. A lot of names that we'll try to get familiar with, Double A and I, and we'll work on it. We'll work on it. So
Yeah, no,
excited.
just go on into it. Like watch this Mexico South Africa, the Korea Republic versus the Czech game. That's the one that's going to be crazy. Mexico is a heavy favorite over South Africa, but that Korea Czech game at 10 p.m. tonight is going to be fireworks. Let me tell you, these teams they're really good. Um, but yeah, Mexico also another heavy favorite. That's not higher up on the list, but they have a great squad as well. I'll get into breaking these teams down a little bit more tomorrow after we see these results. Um, yeah, thanks for sticking with me. And if you guys have any questions, if you have any soccer related things that you want me to break down for you, how all this works and everything like that, just hit me up. I can give you some tips, tricks, and pointers. So hit me up. You can find my Twitter handle there, right here, right there. Omar Claussell. You can find my Facebook page, Inside Edge Show with Omar Claussell Jr. Inside Edge Network, Inside Edge Net. You can find us on all the socials, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Check out our partners page, Allie Rose Fragrances. She makes, candles, body mist, anything that you can think of fragrance wise. Like, she has it. Check her out. She's great. Also, we have a merch store. So if you want to get any Inside Edge merch, check us out. Get a polo, get a coffee mug, get a hat or something. All the proceeds just help out the network and keep this thing rolling for us. We're gonna take a quick break. I'm just gonna really, really, really kind of breeze everything you missed last night, and then when we come back to the second hour, we'll have Thursday media for you. Stick around. Inside Edge Morning Show with Omar Claussell.
Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Another one-stream night, ladies and gentlemen, a stunning end to the NBA Finals. Game 4, Eli, I actually still can't believe it. The New York Knicks, 29-point comeback victory. We talked about it. Chad B talked about it. Kyle talked about it last night. I'm still in shock that it happened. And honestly, I think the Cavaliers, they need to be held accountable for creating this monster known as the New York Knicks.
They sure do, Double A. We got a lot of thoughts to talk about with the Cavs. I spoke with ESPN Cleveland's Emmett Golden on an Inside Edge Network exclusive earlier, and I can't wait to talk tonight about some of those reactions from the clips. We talked about it on Midnight Run last night, and I can't wait to really dive into that. So we'll do that, and of course we didn't have Way Back Wednesday, so it's Throwback Thursday. We're on Inside Edge Primetime at 10 o'clock to 11, Chad, Brian, and I, and then we hand it off to you. I know you get on Hinge, so I don't know. What do you got going on, man?
We're going to get reaction from both New York and San Antonio around the dial. We'll do that coming up tonight. Plus, we didn't get to it. Both quarterbacks for the Browns, Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson, they both talked with the media. Got a ton of thoughts on what they had to say. So we'll have that coming up later tonight. We're busy later on tonight on the Inside Edge Network. Remember to like and subscribe across all of our social media platforms at Inside Edge Net. Oh, also, we had a major programming announcement last night, so you don't want to miss out on that as well. We'll see you later on tonight.
And we're back. Inside Edge Morning Show. What's up, guys? So if you weren't already sick of, stadium drama in Cleveland, well, I got some more for you. The Cleveland Soccer Group is lobbying the city of Cleveland and Cuyahoga County to give a potential future soccer stadium a cut of the sin and parking taxes that fund the region's 3 pro sports venues. And even though those taxes are quickly running dry, the franchise owners propose a plan to publicly finance 80 million, an 80 million 10,000 seat stadium. It's a mixed stadium. They're bringing in two soccer teams. If you haven't seen it already, Forest City's crest is kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. Eli, you got that pick? I mean, look at that. That's clean. Although Eli didn't even know what the hell that was. But like, I think that's kind of sick. I honestly, I haven't this. This was like a first time thing for me, like discovering. Like I knew of Forest City and kind of what it was, but like I hadn't seen the crest or anything like that. So yeah, they're trying to ask for the syntax, which is quickly drying up. The city, the county, the Cavs, the Guardians, the Browns, they all say the current syntax, even if it's doubled, isn't enough for current stadium's upkeep, let alone another one. I mean, the rendering is great. I mean, they're putting in like future development. There's like the parks are getting involved. There's going to be a trailhead that just leads up to the stadium. It's a really fine. It's a really cool concept. It's just getting the funding for this damn thing. Cleveland Soccer Group is telling the same stakeholders that they share the revenue because it's their best chance of like convincing voters to like get in on this thing. Syntax, dude. Like, what the hell? What the hell? I don't get it. I think it's just because it's fresh on the mind because of the Brown Stadium debacle and everything like that. I just why are we trying to fund all these projects, these pet projects by these billionaires? I don't get it. I hope they figure it out though. I mean, these teams are about to play here soon. So who knows? All right, moving right along. Steven Spielberg recently came out and said the James Bond company, right? Was it Cubby Broccoli? Who is the franchise producer? Constantly turned him down. Steven Spielberg, of all people. And he was asked if they came out and, you know, asked him to direct another one, and he basically straight up said, "You can't afford me." Straight up. Crazy. I mean, he kind of did his own version of Bond, right? In a couple of different things. I mean, you have Indiana Jones. I mean, he turned down the first Harry Potter to basically spend that whole year to hang out with me just because he needed a break. And, you know, looking back on it, he's happy, and I don't blame him. Also, check out his new movie coming out, Disclosure Day. It comes out tomorrow. The reviews are getting they're blowing up. So if you don't know, it's basically another film, right? It centers on cybersecurity expert Daniel Klenner, who possesses proof of an alien contact and is on the run from a former boss, fearing global chaos. It's got Colin Firth, Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, and Coleman Domingo. So check it out. It comes out tomorrow. Like I said, it's getting great reviews on Rotten Tomatoes right now. I think it's at a 87% fresh. So I'm gonna be checking out for sure. Spielberg, you nuts? And real quick, we're kind of running long here. I need to get to break, but Google Chrome. I don't know many people who still use Google Chrome, but yeah, they're killing uBlock. No more bypasses for ad block on Google Chrome. I mean, most people by now have jumped the ship. There's so many security concerns when it comes to Google Chrome. So, it might, if you're and you're kind of sick of it, or you're just used to it by now and you're just like, I don't really care, by all means do what you need to do. But I use ad blockers sometimes. I pay for YouTube Premium just simply because I don't want to get a virus on my computer, or I just don't like looking at crap that's not supposed to be on my screen trying to sell me something that I'm not going to buy. Like, it doesn't, I have no interest in that. And you have the government, like I said yesterday, trying to rewrite what we can and cannot say on the internet and kind of put all these roadblocks in, and yeah, I just prefer to be ad free, and you won't stop me. Or I just won't use your service. Like I already don't. All right. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we got Thursday Media Throwback and some music talk. I want to pick Eli's brain, and I kind of want to get some details about a year that I met through Eli. I've heard his music through Eli. I've heard a lot of he's put out. In every track that I hear, I mean, the banger after another banger after another banger, and like the way he produces his beats is out of this world. So we're gonna talk about Narrator on the second hour. So keep it with us. Inside Edge Network Morning Show. We'll be right back.
Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife, Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at monstermomentsphotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. monstermomentsphotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Hey everybody, it's me, Papa Moon, your host of Real Talk with Papa Moon on the Inside Edge Network. We just had a real good sit down with my buddy, a good friend, we consider him a family. He told his story, but he's got to run now, so tell him when you're running.
Well, I gotta run because I gotta get going. I got a show tonight at the Grog Shop in Cleveland Heights off Euclid Heights Boulevard, and releasing an EP this evening. Will be available on Untitled. If you're not doing anything and you're out in the area, come by and check it out. And it's gonna be a great show. And Eli Moon and Papa Moon will be there. So if you guys want to come out and talk to them too, come out and be a part of this community event.
So join us at 5 o'clock on the Inside Edge Network when I talk to Cliche. Love you guys.
Welcome back, Inside Edge Morning Show. Yeah, Cliche, man. He's going to be performing at the Grog Shop this Saturday. Make sure you check him out. Eli, you want to jump on real quick, or you busy? You doing? He's an assistant PD. He's always busy. All right. So Cliche, yeah, man. He's dropping his second album. The Land Volume 2, the EP, and this is his release show at the Grog Shop. Doors open at 7, show starts at 8. Tell me about this album.
Yeah, the EP is phenomenal. It's the second EP is dropping, so it'll be I believe 5 or 6 songs he has on there. I'll let him kind of describe more. We're gonna have him on Real Talk Papa Moon, as you saw during the break on Saturday, talk a little bit about that. But it's very summer vibes. Cliche is about as authentic as you're going to get in terms of an artist. He just wears his heart on his sleeve. It's very in your face, but it's also like, okay, man, I've seen the growth of where he's developed as an artist, from on stage to performing, obviously just in the studio, everywhere. He's doing a great job. I'm really proud of him. He's part of La Haley, the collective we're a part of. He's just doing a great job. So I'm very excited. He's going to rock the house at Grog Shop. It's going to be a packed house. It's going to be like probably wall to wall, to be honest with you. Cliche brings out a lot of people. It's going to be an exciting time at Grog Shop. We have openers from Big Ten, who just dropped a single, I believe Wednesday. Today is Thursday. No, it would have been Tuesday. Tuesday he dropped it. It's just very exciting. Big Ten with a new single, so he'll be there. You have Mark B. Easy from La Haley. He's performing as well, opening. Gutty Mac from the Steppers, he'll be opening. Gutty Mac performing double duty that day. He's doing Large Mirror Porch Fest earlier in the day, and then he's going over to Grog Shop to open up for Cliche for his EP release. Just a very, very exciting time. Pico the Guy, though, also opening, and some other openers as well. I'll be hosting it, so I'll be in my Saturday's best, introducing the artist, shaking hands, saying what's up to everybody. Going to be an awesome time. Always good being at Grog Shop. It's a great area. I'll probably get some cilantro tacos, see if Cliche wants some after the show, after he's done performing. And we're just going to have a good time. I'm really excited. The EP is going to be one of the strongest projects. I've heard it already. Got a little sneak peek. It's going to be one of the strongest projects that Cleveland drops this year. Anybody out of the city, anywhere nationally, this is one of the strongest projects. So I'm very, very excited to see how he rocks out. I know he's going to do his thing. I know the openers are going to do their thing. I'm very, very just pumped. There's a rumor. We got to confirm it, but I might be on stage performing. I might do a song with Cliche during a set.
Let's go.
Might see an Eli Moon song. We'll see. But the all spotlight is on Cliche on Saturday. This is his show. This is his moment. He's been working very hard on this EP release, The Land Volume 2, the sequel to The Land Volume 1 that was dropped last year. He's just really been working hard, and I'm very proud of him. He opened up with Papa Moon that you'll hear this Saturday at 5 p.m. just an exciting time to be a music fan, a music lover in Cleveland. A lot of good stuff going on. So Cliches there Saturday, and a ton of other stuff going on too. You know, Phoenix Vibes, he's at the Big Half Accelerator program's the wrap up, and that's gonna be Friday. I'm gonna try to make it out there, but the show is at 8:30, I believe. I'm gonna just double check, but 8:30 at Grog Shop. And so that's gonna be a little tight for me because I'm constantly on air, which is
Also
okay.
At B-side Patio, they're doing the patio series at B-side with Mark Mason,
Yes.
Jason Abarco, Chris Lugo, Friday as well.
Yeah, and it's exciting. Chris Lugo's actually on Moonbash July 25th. I've known Chris for a good amount of time.
I love Chris Lugo, dude. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's incredible. He's one of the youngest, most talented artists in the city. And I have a feature from him on my album Golden Child. It's awesome. It's called Run It. It's a really, really fun love song mixed with just knowing that you're you, like you can rock out and do your thing. So Chris is awesome. He's one of the best kept secrets still in Cleveland, and he's starting to not become a secret anymore. So it's so cool. And he's
we're shouting him out here on the morning show.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of great stuff. He's going to be busy this summer with a guitar in his hand and singing, and Chris just does his thing. Shout out to
beautiful
Jason
voice, man. Beautiful voice. I think Moonbash last year he did a cover of Justin Bieber. Right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, dude, it was sick.
Yeah, and then shout out Jason DeMarco too. We're working on some things right now behind the scenes to get him some shows as well, booked through the summer, so we'll have that going on as well. Just a lot of good stuff. So gonna try to make it out to something in between. Like I said, I'm blessed that I am on air for quite a bit throughout the network throughout the week. So I'm gonna see if I can work my way to get over there and get back here to get to the people, because we appreciate you so much for tuning in with us. I love every second I'm on air behind the scenes here on the Inside Edge Network, and we appreciate you for being the heartbeat. You listening at home, we couldn't do without you. So I'm gonna see what I can do, Omar. I'm gonna see if I can fly to the Grog Shop for a moment, come back, and get ready for prime time. So we'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, a lot of great stuff this weekend. You mentioned Grog Shop. We have the wrap up, the Hef Effect Accelerator. The wrap up with Phoenix Vibes will be there. 8 p.m. doors, 8:30 show. Cliche to Land Volume 2 EP release show. 7 p.m. doors, show at 8. DJ Scott Stradamus also the DJ for that show, so that's gonna be cool too. He's awesome. Love DJ Scott Stradamus. He has a lot of love for Cliche and the guys, and I appreciate that. And then Chris Lugo. Anytime you go see Chris Lugo, you just know you're gonna get a great performance. That's the best thing I can tell you. Yeah. So just looking here. 8 p.m. show. So maybe I can try to make it out there. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. I can't be in two places at once, but I sure try.
Yeah. I mean, if anybody could clone himself, it would probably be you.
Yeah. Maybe, man. We might need to look into it soon.
Who knows? I mean, with the way things are going now, who knows?
Right.
Well,
I won't be the guinea pig. I won't be the guinea pig. Let's be very clear. I will not be the guinea pig.
No. Let's give you a break for a minute. He's got some network things he's got to do. He's man. And we'll bring Eli back on to talk a little bit about narrator. Big part of Leahy. He produces a lot of the content that comes out. He makes a lot of the beats that you hear on Eli stuff. So pretty much everything that you hear from Eli is narrator. So check him out and stay locked with us for that segment. Real quick, we're gonna get into Throwback Media Thursday. I want to talk about a couple games that are near and dear to my heart. I got 3 for you. So the first 2 are kind of tied together, right? You can't have one without the other. I've recently gone back, through emulation, right? Emulators are the big thing kind of right now. I have a really beefy computer upstairs, and this, I decided to get I've had the, right? But I decided to emulate this game simply because there's so much support for it still, right? You can still do so much customization. You can do so much updates with emulation, right? So I decided to emulate this game on a PS2, right? And it ran fine. All the additions were great, but you can't beat it playing on the original hardware, of course. But the game I'm going to talk about is NFL 2K5. And you want to talk about a game, right? This game was released in 2004 by Visual Concept and Global Star Software for Sega and the PlayStation 2 and Xbox, right? So it was the last ESPN game to use NFL licensing, right? The reason for that is insane. So in December of 2004, EA Sports acquired an exclusive rights agreement with the NFL and NFLPA to be the sole creator of NFL video games. In December 2010, a U.S. judge certified that a class action antitrust lawsuit against EA for anti-competitive practices to proceed. So EA settled the class action suit in 2012 for $27 million. And retained its exclusive NFL license, which is basically why Madden is dog water right now. Some of these features, game that came out in 2005, we were talking like 21 years ago. I'm old. But yeah, some of these features in this game, like, aren't anywhere around, and they haven't been around in any sports games after this. The physics that they were able to pull off for this game are still some of the most beautiful football that I've seen in simulation game. And this is why I always come back to this game. You got the crib. It's like a little interactive house that you can like build up, and the more things you unlock, the better you can make your crib, right? You can make it sick. There's like a celebrity phone in there, so you can play against like these celebrities. So like if you wanted to, you can play against Carmen Electra or Steve-O or I think Flavor Flav's even on this. Like it's crazy. Like and like, yeah, you just go through, you power through, you try and unlock as much as you can. It's really cool. The depth though, like in franchise mode, I'm a big franchise guy, right? Just having the ability to have all these features is vital to like me wanting to play your game. And I think a big miss is like, and I go back to these old Madden titles and these old football titles, and I just sit and think like, why is it so hard for them to add these features back in? Like, I don't understand why. I mean, you gave this to us. Why away, right? We have stronger hardware now these days, but the game feels like a shell. There's no personality to these things anymore. There's no heart to these games anymore. All right. But one of the biggest controversies surrounding this release is the price. So Madden at the time was selling around like $50-$60 for a new Madden game. When they dropped this, it was only like $20. It's like, are you kidding me? They just completely undercut them. It's just like crazy. So that's why EA made the big push. Just competitively, it's not as good anymore, and the product isn't as good anymore. I will say though, one of the best that I've ever played is Madden 08, but only on the PS2. There's a console version after that. A generation console after that also released Madden 08, and I'll talk about Madden 05 here in a second, but just the features and everything they were able to do, and they weren't able to translate it to the next generation of consoles. and they just cut so many things. I just simply don't understand. And just thinking it's just pure laziness. Because like, I mean, you have the exclusive rights. You could do whatever you want. You can, if there's no competition, if there's nobody put envelope, what are we getting here? But yeah, Madden 05, man, it was my favorite. I was a Madden guy. All right. I really got hip to 2K5 after Madden became crap, and I just explored the features, and the features in 2K5 were just so much better. And they had a lasting effect on me. Like I still to this day, I go back and play 2K5, and a lot of Madden 05 as well. It was the first one to introduce the hit stick, simply because you needed something to counter Michael Vick and from Madden 04, because he was just a cheat code, right? So you have these Maddens, these early or these mid 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008 Maddens that were released the PS2 Xbox generation, that had just all these deep features. You had like some of the best franchise customization that you could have in a sports simulation game. The hit stick was a welcome addition. Having a mode where you can just sit there and play rushing attack with your buddies. I did that so much in high school. We just sit and we'd throw on rushing attack, and one team or one guy would be defense, one guy would be offense, and they'd flip, and we'd try and see who could out rush the other guy. Fumble Rooski was one of my favorite games growing up, and Anthony's right. It bothers me that nothing's ever come close, right? It took me to emulate the game, so I literally I figured out how to emulate 2K5 and like sit there and adjust all the files just to have the updated roster from now. People are still supporting this game. They have uniform changes as well. The title update, all the graphics and all the menus are updated. It's pretty cool. Like it blows my mind that we can't get somebody to make an awesome football game. Like EA is just so lazy, and who knows, because they just got bought out, like where that company is headed and where it's going to go. Because right now it's just kind of like copy paste, and then they mess with they tweak the engine enough to make it different, and people just look and try and exploit whatever weakness or whatever from the code, and it changes every year, and line up and buy it, but not me. I'm sitting here playing Madden 05, NFL 2K5. Like, I don't care. I'll play the old games until they put out something new. But like, trust me, brother, I'm not shelling out 60, 80, $100 just to play a football game every year. I'm not. Just for an updated roster. Are you kidding me? And yeah, AA also great point. EA's college football games have always been better than Madden, and they had a long spell where they weren't putting out college football games. It took a loud group of people to come out and push back and get these games back on, and even now to this day, I still feel like the college game is better than the pro game. I don't know why, and I don't know. I honestly, at this point, I think they should just blow it up and restart, because it's terrible. It's terrible. Nobody wants to nobody wants to keep playing these crappy games. And if you do, I feel sorry for you, just because like so now we already had gold. We had it. We had the formula. These games had amazing features, and we just stripped them away for no reason. For no good reason. Just simply because they're just too lazy. It's just laziness. All right. Moving on. I want to talk about Scarface. The World Is Yours. All right. Scarface is a 2006 adventure game. So, like, think of it as Scarface GTA, right? It's a GTA clone. Grand Theft Auto was the biggest thing. You had Grand Theft Auto 3 come out, the 3D trilogy, and you had GTA San Andreas, a game based in Florida, much like Scarface. You that this game drew a lot of inspiration from GTA Vice City. So this game was released around the time GTA San Andreas was dropped. I remember picking this up and renting it from Family Video a few times before I finally caved and bought it, because it's just that good. It's just it plays like GTA, except you're just Tony Montana, right? So this is a basically it's a like I said, it's a GTA clone. It's set in a kind of like an alternate reality where like Tony doesn't die at the end. So then you're basically trying to build yourself back up from nothing, right? You and it brings in these cool like features, right? You can do certain missions like sell drugs, and you can do these assassin missions as well, where you can hire, and eventually once you start doing these missions and making enough cash, you can buy assassins and do these cool missions and get more money just to buy more cool expensive things. So much like the customization with like the crib from NFL 2K, you can kind of like design your own Tony Montana mansion. The customization there is really insane for the time. And you want to talk about effort put in a game. The effort here to make this game really unique was crazy. It had like a really deep soundtrack. A lot of the songs from Scarface were featured in this game. You have a lot of the cutscenes at the beginning of the movie or at the game that to just tie in to the movie. So you're literally picking up where the movie left off. Just great work. The voice, they couldn't get Al Pacino, but the voice actor does a pretty solid job. I'm not gonna lie. There's a cool system, and I think it's pretty neat. It's a cop heat and a gang heat, right? And you can do certain things to kind of get the heat off of you, right? You have a balls meter, because of course you do. It's Tony Montana. You're breaking my balls, yeah, you kind of use that balls meter to enter a rage mode, or you can use it to get the heat off of you. Really cool, interesting mechanics. And you're going around Miami and the Florida Keys and some of the islands around there, and just exploring kind of 1980s Florida, and getting heavy into the drug scene and everything like that. It's really cool. If you haven't checked it out, try and do it. A lot of emulation is pretty stable with this game. If you have an old Xbox or a PS2, I recommend you pick it up. Great game if you've missed it and you like GTA. Check out Scarface, man. It's really good. It's really good. All right. We're going to take a quick break. I want to talk to Eli a little bit. I'm interested about narrator more. So we'll get into some music chat here, and yeah, we'll be right back. Inside Edge Network Morning Show. Stay with us.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whew, what a good show for Unfiltered today, guys, on your Wednesday, man. We got into so many different topics. We did a World Cup prediction. Yeah, that's right. I got Spain winning. Hey, sue me. Why not? But we talked about pay to participate in Illyria schools, not pay to play, pay to participate. And it's not just athletics. It's band, it's choir, it's all the different extracurricular activities. We're going to sit down and talk with Jake Underwood tomorrow on the program about how he feels about that and in general about what's going on in the news today and tomorrow and every day here on Unfiltered, 5 p.m. right here on the Inside Edge Network. I will see you guys Thursday at 5.
Welcome back, Inside Edge Morning Show. Big show today. Earlier in the show, we kind of recapped the Knicks' big comeback win. We got into a lot of talk with that. I also talked about the World Cup coming up. Mexico versus South Africa, 3 p.m. Don't miss it. You'll have some time to watch it, and then you can watch Kyle with on Unfiltered at 5. So check it out. It'll be a great match. Mexico is basically a home team in this. Their group plays in Mexico for the majority of the time. So it's basically home field advantage for Mexico. So be on the lookout for them. And you also have the Korea Republic versus Czechia at 10. Another matchup that's going to be fire there. We also got into a little bit of media chat. I talked about Madden 05 and ESPN 2K5. But Anthony had a comment right here. He's late, but I would not hate it if Madden took a year off. Honestly, I think with how college football, they took some years off as well, and I think the product is just better. They I mean, comparatively to the Madden that they put out, I mean, it's using the same engine. It's using the same stuff. It's just the present. It's just it's kind of like a jumbled mess, and they kind of put, in my opinion, too much stock into the online and the ultimate team and all the microtransactions. And you know I when I was buying the Madden games, like, I was always waiting until it hit um was it Game Pass, because I was when Game Pass was cheap, inflation and everything like that, when it was affordable. And you know I had Game Pass, so I just waited until after the Super Bowl. They usually out there. And Ultimate Team, uh by that point, you're just replaying the season, just like through every highlight and moment that kind of happened there. And they have a lot of modes and things that you can do, but it kind of just feels monotonous and tedious. You're just kind of doing the same thing over and over again, just every year. It's just kind of the same thing. And I really wish they would kind of like, they need to do something to mix it up. It's just stale at this point. It's really stale. So yeah. uh Before the break, I had mentioned, I wanted to get some insight on a guy that I've heard a lot about. I've met him, I've hung out with him. I listen to a lot of his music. Okay, I listen to Eli, and Eli's just tied heavy to this guy. He's literally produced pretty much every Eli Moon beat that you've ever heard. So Eli, I want you to talk about your guy, narrator.
Yeah, man. Just a lot, right? I met Narrator in 2020, end of 2020, middle to end of 2020 was the pandemic. I was at Signal Flow Studios recording out of there,
I
and
remember.
yeah.
Dude, I remember going in there. We came in through the back way, and that you go through the hallway, and you have the pool table, and the big iron lung
Oh
in
yeah,
Signal
yeah.
Flow. And I remember going in the studio with you, and just you just mentioned casually, like, narrator's cooking up some beats. I might have him, like, work with me. And it all just kind of jumped off from there. Dude, it's been a beautiful partnership.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's my brother, it's family. And we started talking in the middle to end of 2020 during the pandemic. I was recording with my engineer Pharaoh at the time, and shout out Pharaoh. We were doing our thing, and Narrator just got back from California, I believe, at the time, and he just instantly flocked over to anybody that was producing or creating whatever. He was working on his own thing at the time. He just got back, so he was originally brought in like to create beats for anybody that was coming into the studio looking for beats, just looking to create sound. Hey, you have this song wrote, you need a beat for it, perfect. Or you have this idea, go to Narrator. Narrator will get you together. You'll come over here and you record with one of the engineers. But Narrator also had his own clientele, has his own clientele that he considers family. He really works with family. He's real big on having a connection to who he works with. He wants to be able to call you up and have conversations, and we could spend time together outside of the studio and things like that. So we started discussing early. The first interaction I had with Narrator was buying a beat off him for the song Outer Space. It was the first song I dropped on all streaming platforms with Jot Down and Kame, and he made the cover art for it too. I was like, hey, you mind making the cover art too? Like, what would that look like? So we got the cover art and the beat from Narrator. It was engineered by Pharaoh, and we dropped that on all streaming platforms. Then I just started kind of spending more time around Narrator. He had that studio, so I would step in there from time to time, and I asked him, hey, is it cool if I like step in there and just kind of see what's going on, see like how you operate? So we would sit in the studio and just go over things and see how things were going. And I'd got to network with a lot of people because of Narrator in that studio. Cicero, a band with James Begin, and those guys are rocking out. And I know one of the one of the members has passed since, so I'm sending blessings so to the Cicero family. But they have done their thing and rocked out. Cicero, James Begin with Tropodelic. So it was cool. I had to meet a lot of cool people. Just long story short, I met a lot of cool people through a Narrator early on. And we weren't working together in terms of like, he wasn't recording and producing beats like we're doing now, where we're working on original. We were working on original back then. Let me be clear, but we were working on like I heard the beat off of Narrator's like website. Like he had a website, and I believe at the time it was beatsspeak.com or narrator.com. He has multiple he was running with at the time because he's a busy guy. And we got the beat, and we weren't doing like, hey, I come in and go, I'm thinking this, and we weren't at that point yet. So I was just having discussions with him, picking his brain. I remember there was a real pivotal point in my time in music where there's just some things that went down, and I'm sure I'll talk about it at a later date. But I was at a real low point in my music career, and I was questioning a lot of things. And Narrator called me up, was like, "Hey, how are you doing? How's everything going, bro?" I was like, "Not good, not good." And he's like, "Well, let me get on the phone with you." Calls me and immediately starts having a discussion about, "Hey, I need you to get in the lab. I'm gonna send you a beat pack." And I'm like, "Well, how much? Like, how much do you want for the beat pack? Because I know you worked hard on this, and you're talking about sending me 5 to 8 beats. I still have the email, and he sent me 5 to 8 beats. I'm like, right now, I don't know if I can. He's like, I don't need you to pay for it. I need you to pick out a beat, write to it, come in the studio and lay it down. So that's what I did. We worked on tracks.
Oh, you just did it on the love.
Yeah, and we worked on tracks. We got in the studio. First studio session I had with Narrator, Dre Walton, one of my mentors as well. He was in the studio. We laid down a track off of my Moon and Sky album. It was a lot of fun. I learned how to like really sing in that. That was like my first experience learning how to sing and like carry a note. So Narrator and Dre, just two legends in the music industry, they're just sitting there showing me how to like sing. And I'm like, okay, all right. So we did that, rocked and rolled. And then after that, it was really just history. I started booking more sessions with Narrator. We started getting in the lab, started working on this Moon and Sky album that I dropped in 2021. We dropped in 2021. He produced the entire project. He mixed everything. He recorded everything. He handled everything on the production side. And we did that. And then from there, we just started moving. We did shows at Winchester, sold that out. We did a ton of different shows. And I'm blessed to have the bro. He's family. Like I said, he's my big brother. He's family to me, just like you are family. And it's cool, man. I get to hear how his family's doing, and we just get to have conversations. Yes, music and business and take care of it, but I get to just talk to him about other things as well. The other night he texted me, he's like, "Did you see Wembanyama throw front into the ground?" And I had to pull up the clip because I hadn't seen it yet because I was handling some network stuff. And so it's just cool, man. Narrator is just there's no words really to do him justice, because he's just a blessing in my life. He's somebody that really has impacted a lot of people, not only in Cleveland, but on the West Coast, East Coast, down South, everywhere in between. He has impacted so many people, and it's about time he gets his flowers. Here's the thing. If you go to listen to almost, I'd say about 60 to 70% of Cleveland right now, most of them have at least one Narrator produced track. There are people winning Ohio Entertainment Awards that have Narrator produced tracks. There are Artists of the Year being nominated, Best New Artist of the Year being nominated and winning the awards that have production from Narrator. And same on the other side. We got nominated by Cleveland Scene last year for Best Hip Hop Artist. I got nominated as a finalist for Best Hip Hop Artist in the city. None of that's possible without Narrator, because I was at a very low point in my life. I didn't really know where to go with music. I didn't have a lot of people believing in me, just in all aspects, to be real with you. And Narrator believed in me, sent me that beat pack, and that's the beat pack that changed my life. So that's where we're at now. We've done a lot of work since. We've dropped quite a bit, project. We've dropped My Darn Brain, an EP. We've got Love and Symphony. That was a lot of like 2022, 23. We dropped at the beginning of last year, we dropped Don't Mind Me, I'm Healing, which was an EP. And then we dropped Golden Child this year, back in February, which is on Untitled. It's on At the Man They Call Moon. You can go to link in my bio, buy it's $10. But the cool thing is you can actually save it. You can download the music. You don't have to keep buying it or paying a subscription. If you buy it once, you can save it into your downloads and have it on your actual phone, so you at least have something to listen to. And hey, Eli Moon and Narrator, not a bad choice, I'd say. So we dropped Golden Child at the end of February, did the album release show. Here's the thing too. I'll say this real quick. He is so selfless, because I was ready to DJ my album release show. I've kind of got in the habit of DJing my own shows. I love a lot of the DJs in Cleveland, but I also want to test my hand at seeing how I can DJ. Now, we will have some DJs for Moon Bash, because I can't do 12 hours and I can't be on 4 different stages at once. Just not possible. But
we're sending them back to the clone machine.
yeah. But, it's my album release show. Narrator pulls up around the same time Papa Moon and I pulled up. And he had his backpack. He was ready, and I already knew what it was going to be. But he's like, "Hey, I thought about it. I'm gonna DJ tonight. I'm like, you sure? Like, I can DJ like, the early sets. I can, we had the bros, Lahele, Gio and LMDN. We had
Mhm.
Cliche and Mushu, and then I was gonna perform my album Golden Child for the first time for the public's hearing. And he's like, yeah, bro, I'm positive. It's your album release. You need to like focus. I'm like, and you don't really argue with narrator. You just, when he says it, you just listen. So he set up his laptop. We started figuring out how to get him squared away. We started working with the sound guy at Brothers Lounge, and we're grateful for Brothers Lounge too. A shout out to them. We'll be there July 25th at Moonbash for the second annual Moonbash. 58 artists, 4 different stages, all day event. Super excited. I got some exciting notes on that too coming here in the next few weeks. But just, I'm blessed. I'm blessed again. Shout out to narrator for always being just selfless and wanting to better the community. I tell myself, and I pride myself on always wanting to be a community creator. That's something that's always made me happy in life, being around people, being able to see other smiles and happiness and create vibes in rooms that may not have existed elsewhere. So I want to help create that. Narrator's so integral in that because he will step up and do whatever it takes, whether it's just a phone call to get me right on the right track again or whatever. He has stepped up and he's a community creator in his own right as well. And Lahele, that's what we're so focused on collective wise. Collective Lahele means together. So that's what we pride ourselves on. And narrator, it wouldn't be possible. Like we would not be seeing what I'm doing right now without narrator back in 2020, 2021, creating the spark that we are now seeing out of me.
Yeah, he's totally the glue for Lahele.
Yeah.
Keeps everybody together. Like you said, most of the beats that you hear, most of these artists, they have connections to Lahele, to narrator. It's insane. And you want to talk about mental health. You've told me a couple times, like sometimes like you guys will go have a session and instead of, doing the session, you guys will just go for a walk.
Yeah. We went for an hour walk the other day. He picked me up. I was planning on going to the studio. I told Papa Moon, all right, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to the studio. I'm on the phone. Hang up the phone. He goes, we're not going to the studio. We're going to walk in nature. And we walked in nature and listened to some sounds and just started planning. We want to record a nature album where we get out there and do a nature project, maybe an EP, an album, something along the lines, but just get out there and sit in nature and just get lost for the day and record. It's just some of the things that he thinks of. It's inspired me to think of outside the box or outside the bun, as Chad B would say, I guess. But just thinking on that nature.
Real quick on that point. I don't know if you've ever listened to it, but have you ever heard of the artist named Bjork?
I'm
She's
not super
kind of crazy. She's outlandish, but like she made an album just using nature sounds.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just a full album, just using sounds and voices and things like that. Maybe give it a listen. Maybe for like some of the instrumentations for your concept album. You might be able to pick up something there. You never know.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah,
really cool.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be around all the bros, and so I just pride myself on what we do with the community. Just on booking shows. If you're an artist right now listening, you're from Cleveland, or even if you're not in Cleveland and you're touring or you're looking to come visit Cleveland or looking to get out of state with it, hit me up at the man they call Moon. You see the handle there. I'll get you together. I'll put you in a position where you're on stage. You will get extended time on stage. You won't get 2-3 minutes and then you're off. Omar's been at some of my shows early on where I performed, did one song. They pulled me off stage and said, all right, we'll perform again later. They went through 50 artists. And okay, I get we got to get people on stage.
Those shows crazy, man.
Yeah, there's a respect thing, I think, with this, right? And I'm very careful with my words, but there's a respect thing for the artistry. We can't load up 60 to 70 artists. And I'm going to be careful because, again, I have 58 artists on Moonbash. I'll get to that in a second. But we can't load this up on 60 to 70 artists, give them one song run through, invite all their people out, and then go, and now everybody's going to go again. So I did one song, took a break for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and came back and did one more song at like midnight, 12:30, 1 in the morning. It's hard to convince your people to stay out. And it's why are we getting a broken up set? There's a lot of things I'm trying to help curve and change here in the industry on the booking side, on the press side. And I think we are doing that. But to that point, because I just brought up, hey, you can't have 60 to 70 artists and do the one song. You can't do that. Let me be clear. I have 58 artists on Moonbash. Every artist, every band is getting 30 minutes. They are getting 30 minutes to perform. They're not getting up there and doing 5 minutes. Thanks for your time. Thank you, rock out. Or 10 minutes. I appreciate every artist that has opened up their availability to be a part of Moonbash. I appreciate the artists that are coming back to do the second annual that were part of the first annual. I appreciate Brothers Lounge for opening up their doors and being so hospitable and giving the opportunity. So I wouldn't be in this position without other people believing in me and trusting in me. And that's why I'm so big on artistry. Giving the 30 minutes sets is important. Learn their catalog, find their catalog, and get soaked into a new artist. You're going to hear 58 artists at 30 minutes a set. So you're not going to pop in and be like, dang, I missed them because they were only on for 5 minutes. No, if you happen to come in 5 minutes into somebody's set, you got 25 more minutes. And I'm just so big on that.
Right. And explain the venue that allows for that.
I'm sorry, you broke up there, bud. What were you saying?
Explain the venue that allows for that, because you would think that'd be a lot. I mean, you got all those artists and they're all allotted a 30-minute time slot. Talk about the venue and how you're going to pull that off.
Yeah, by the grace of God, we're going to pull it off because I have been praying a lot, and just that's been my main focus, is just trusting in the man upstairs and trusting around the people around me, narrator, talking to everybody I can to get, advice. And this isn't my first rodeo. We did Moonbash last year. We had about 28 to 30 artists on the bill last year. So we're doubling it pretty much. But
so multiple stages, right?
Correct. And last year we did multiple stages, a little different. We did 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. in the front stage. Mm-hmm. And narrator kicked it off for an hour. He'll kick it off in the front stage again for an hour. And I'm blessed that he does that, because the first hour I can kind of just relax, get a bite to eat, maybe in the kitchen, and have a Dr. Pepper. But it's cool because we're gonna have the front stage. So last year, let me give it to it here. Front stage we had 12 to 12 last year. Sorry, 12 to about 11 last year. We cut it off around 11, and we did the concert hall from 8 to 12. So that's how we ran. We had to really run into 1 because we ran a little over. But this year we are doing 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. in the front stage. We are doing 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. in the concert hall. And we're doing an extended, pretty much most of the day on both patios. Brothers Lounge has a little bit of a smaller patio near the front stage. We're going to set that up, and we're going to have artists performing from, I'd say, about 1 o'clock to 8 o'clock, roughly, till about the sun starts setting, because as much as it'll be nice outside and it'll be summer, it's to be the heat of summer, it gets dark out. We're going to have people, if you got to step out, still have a smoke, cigarette, whatever. Sure, go ahead and do your thing, hit your vape, whatever. But the patio will be rocking out there. That one patio from about 1 to 8. And then the other patio at the concert hall, a little bit of a larger patio, we'll have 1 to 8 from there as well. So we'll have artists from all over the city. I appreciate it. We'll have artists from all over the city, out of state. We have artists coming in from Michigan. We have artists coming in from New York, Texas. We are just trying to build, and we are building community. And yeah, I'll be very real. That Sunday after, my phone may be on D&D for like a few hours at least, so I can get some sleep. But yeah, right now, full steam ahead towards Moonbash, the second annual. I always say, people sometimes tell me, like, why are you throwing a big birthday festival for your birthday? Like,
because you're a great guy. You want to put everybody else on, and you just want to share that love and that sense of community. So Eli, always great to have you on. Always great to talk about Lehele. I really appreciate you spending your time, with the community, and, shouting all these guys out. It's get out there. The more you get these guys, out there, the better, right? It's only going to help. So
right.
I just want to say I really appreciate you. I appreciate narrator, and I appreciate Lehele and the brand, man. It's all rocking, and it's all love.
Absolutely, bro. And I know, hopefully we'll see you Tuesday. We're in full swing ahead here with the summer. It's not necessarily Lehele on the card, but I'm promoting the show in collaboration with Pierce Poets. We are working on and we have the lineup, Not Worth Asking, from Beaver Falls, PA, Pennsylvania. They're coming in on their tour with Lacey Incandescent, King Grim, and Jetstar. That's at Dunlap's Corner Bar on West 32nd Street here in Cleveland. Tickets are $10, and they're not changing. They're $10 online. They're $10 at the door. Not changing. That is what it is. But grab it ahead of time. So, when I'm at the door, because I'll be running door that night, you see me, I can just say, hey, thanks for grabbing your ticket. Awesome. Boom. Show me the QR code. We're moving. And then we'll just move from there. But tons of talent in Cleveland, and that's my focus, to keep highlighting that, not only in state, but also out of state. There's a ton of talent outside of state, too, that are looking for opportunities.
That's right.
Because there's a lot of bad business being done, and I'm trying to change that.
I'm proud of you, dude.
Thanks, Paul.
Somebody's got to clean this mess up.
Yeah. We're working on it. Back to you, pal.
All right, man. I can't think of a better guy to clean up than Eli Moon. Great stuff. Today has been, a really good one. We started off the show like I said, greatest finals comeback in NBA history. We got the World Cup rolling again. Mexico versus South Africa, 3 p.m. Don't miss it. It's the opening game. Mexico is basically a home team in this, so it'll be fun to watch. You got Korea Republic versus Czech Republic at 10 p.m. It's gonna be exciting, electric. The fireworks will be going, and you'll be able to see the passion from the Mexican fans, and you kind of got a taste from it if you watch AAA wrestling. If you haven't, go ahead and watch it on YouTube. They post pretty much recaps, and they go live on Saturdays. It's amazing. But if you haven't checked it out, I mean, you can really get a sense of how those fans are, and just how committed to these teams they are. It's not about the players. It's not about it's not about politics. It's not about anything else. It's like a religion to them, and it doesn't matter who you are. It's the crest on your shirt, right? It's that badge. It's the sense of we're all in this together, and if we don't get it together, we have to get it fixed, right? Unless you're Italy, and then you're just missing out on everything. So, we kind of glossed over everything you missed last night, and we didn't really get to community chat, but that's okay. There's plenty of time tomorrow, and I'll definitely have a lot of the World Cup reaction for you. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe, hit that like button, ring that bell. If you ring that bell, it'll just get you closer to more Inside Edge content. We have 4 daily shows currently, with one coming soon. Obviously, you have me Monday through Friday 9 to 11. You have Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell 5 to 6. Inside Edge Prime Time with Eli Moon and Chad Bryan 10 to 11. You have Autumn Show that's coming up, and that's going to be from 11 to 12. Autumn Chisholm, thank you. Great addition to the network. She's going to make that hour so exciting. If you ever watch Prime Time with Eli Mood and Chad, they usually go over a little bit. So it's exciting to have another voice there, have more insight, and I'm sure all 3 of those shows are just going to intermingle. So it'll be fun to watch. So keep your eyes glued, keep your eyes peeled to this thing. It's only getting bigger, it's only getting better. So make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube, X, Facebook, IG, TikTok. Like I said, smash that like button, share us out, subscribe so you can catch us all. Check out our website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. We have a partners page, Allie Rose Fragrances. It's good stuff. She's got candles, she's got body mists, everything you need to get right, and smelling right. We have profile pages for all the personalities that we have on the network. We have merch shop. So if you're looking to rep the network, Inside Edge gear, I'm thinking about picking up a shirt here soon, so I can show it off to all you guys. Just because you'll be missing out, and I'll be wearing the cool swag. All right, so that's going to do it for today. Like I said, tomorrow it's just going to be mostly World Cup reaction. Thanks for sticking around. Inside Edge Morning Show, thanks for producing. Thanks to everybody out there for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.